Hello and welcome to my Elite Dangerous, the day-to-day grind. Keyword is grind. In the future, I see more grind in our future. Preparing for fleet carrier and its grind. Cargo missions, Sothis and Cios. Yeah, this has a whole lot to do about cargo mission or the fleet carriers. So, yeah, with the news this week or since the March the 26th, there's going to be a lot more grind in our future. I'm still, and the more I think about it and the more I read about it, there's a lot of people that are throwing shade on the fleet carrier. But I really think for me, it's a home base for me. And the more I think about it, I think I'm really going to like it. If you can make lots of credits, it'll be fine. Yeah, we'll be fine. We are currently at 7.885 billion. Even after the fleet carrier is going to cost 5 billion, so that's 2.8 left. And we have made 1.5 billion since last Thursday a week ago. Even though I have to edit videos and produce videos, and I can do less than half of what I would if I wasn't doing videos, and we still did 1.5 billion. And the fleet carrier comes out in June. We can probably do at least 3 to 4 or 5 more billion between now and then. I think we're in a pretty good spot. And in just a little bit, I'll talk about what my plans are for the fleet carrier so far. It might change, but so far. And on March the 26th, it was announced that Frontier was on schedule to bring out the fleet carrier by June. They also announced that on April the 2nd, that they would come out with a video that would talk about a little more detail, not all the details, but a little bit more detail on the fleet carrier. At April the 7th, there'd be beta test on the PC. And in May, there'd be a beta test on the PC and all the other consoles. So, see, I'm wearing a VR headset, so I have to peek at my notes so I don't forget stuff. First of all, it will be sold to individual owners. Individuals, not groups, individuals. The individuals can invite other people. They can invite everybody. And even if the owner only plays in solo, he can invite people in friends mode. He can also invite people in open mode. That means the fleet carrier will be persistent in all modes. Solo, friends, and open. All at the same time. The reason they did it this way is because you could have basically your own station. 16 bays, 8 small bays, 4 medium bays, and 4 large bays. And you can service the community if you wish with commodities, with fuel station, with repair station, with shipyard. All of those things, if you wish. That's not where I'm going with it, and we'll talk about that in a minute, what I'm going to do. But you might want to do that. You might want to set up a station halfway between here and the first stop going to Colonia, or between the second stop and the third stop, or between the current first stop and second stop, or between the second stop and Colonia, which I'm sure there will be people that do that. So there'll be more stops between here and Colonia when the fleet carriers come out. Wow, that's kind of interesting. The fleet carrier will have a 500 light year jump range. And it has a fuel tank that allows for up to two 500 light year jumps, or anything in between is up to 1,000 light years. You can jump 10 at a time, like 10 light years at a time, or 100 at a time, whatever you want to jump. And it will cost you 1 unit of fuel per light year. So if you're jumping 100 light years, it'll cost you 100 units of tritium, or tritium, Tritium, however you want to pronounce that. And the tritium can be surface asteroid mine or deep core asteroid mine, and there'll be icy asteroids. I have done some surface asteroid mining, and in the upcoming betas, we don't know exactly what the format's going to be in the beta, but that's probably what we're going to do some with our fleet carrier. All the focus, 100% of the focus is on preparing and using the fleet carrier. That's what we're doing right now, 100%. We're delivering cargo missions to build our credits for the fleet carrier. And if you can make credits, your fleet carrier will be successful, because you can transport commodities, cargo, to your fleet carrier and back to your ships. You can transfer your part of your balance to your fleet carrier, and from the fleet carrier back to your personal balance. So there's some good things in that I like. The thing that most people don't like is that Universal Cartographics is not on your fleet carrier. And the Explorer Nation community is not happy at all. They are very disappointed because there's no Universal Cartographics when they're out in nowhere system, and they're collecting all this information that if they died, they would lose. They would like to be able to transfer it to their fleet carrier because, get this, the fleet carrier is indestructible. You cannot destroy it. You cannot crash it. No one at all. Thargoids can't destroy it. So aliens can't destroy it. Humans can't destroy it. Natural disasters can't destroy it. It's indestructible. I think that's pretty cool. There's some cool things in here. Now, I'm not super excited about everything, but there's a few things that are pretty good. That 1,000 ton fuel tank does not excite me. That's 2 500 light year jumps, and that's it, if you have the fuel for it. Now, when you buy one at $5 billion, it comes with 500 tons of fuel. That's what it comes with. You can add another 500 tons either by buying it from a commodity trader are mining it. There is 25,000 tons of space on your fleet carrier. That's for all things. If you put ships on it, the weight they have a weight associated with all the ships, cannot go over 25,000 tons. But what you have left, you could put more tritium on there. So actually you could carry more fuel and storage and transfer it over to your fuel tanks when needed. So there's some potential there. You can have services. You can have a commodities market. You can put commodities into your fleet carrier. You can go buy it somewhere or mine it somewhere and come and put it into your commodities market and then sell it. Open your fleet carrier to be a station. You would own your own state movable station. So some will really like that. It can be for your squadron that you're a part of. You can give them access to it. You can give your friends access to it. You can give squadron and friends access to it. You can give everybody access to it. Or you can give nobody access and you're the only one that can access it. So that's one of the things too. Okay, one thing could be a negative about the jumps. It takes an hour to gear up to go into hyperspace. Go into the jump. It takes an hour, build up. After it makes its jump, no matter how short or long the jump is, you have to wait another hour for cooldown. If you want to make another jump after that, it's an hour for build up. You make that second jump and an hour for cooldown. So that gives you something to mull over. There will be 12 of them, but there'll be like 12 stations that will have, it's like a technology broker, but it's called a fleet carrier vendor. And that's where you buy your fleet carrier. And they will have a showroom. And there will be multiple types of fleet carriers. There will be the default. There will be an explorer version. There will be a mining version. And there will be a trader version. They made it sound like you couldn't go from one to the other after you buy it. But they said there's a lot of details that they haven't shared yet. So before June, they'll share all the details. There will be a tritium depot. So you can either like load from cargo into your fuel tank, from one of your ships to the fuel tank or to the cargo. You can transfer cargo back and forth from the fleet carrier to your ship to your fleet carrier. Okay. When you come to a station, you get this screen. So I want to see starport services. When you go into your fleet carrier, there's something like this, but it's called fleet carrier management. So you can set your destinations for your jumps. You can control a lot of things from your fleet carrier management. But let's say our fleet carrier is in Sothis and we're in Seoul. Is this right? What we were saying, between the codex and the squadrons, there'll be a new tab in here. and it'll be fleet carrier management. You can control your fleet carrier remotely. You could be in Colonia, and your fleet carrier could be in the bubble, and you can have it jump somewhere. Or if you had 25 tons or 25,000 tons of tritium, you could have it jump 2 jumps, so 1,000 light years, load the fuel tank back up and have it do another 1,000 and another 1,000. You could go 26,000 light years if your fleet carrier was full of tritium. That's kind of interesting. You can do secure trading. What if you're into illegal stuff? The security forces cannot scan or see inside your fleet carrier. So you can hold as much illegal stuff, imperial slaves or alcohol or narcotics or that kind of stuff in your fleet carrier, and the authorities can't see it. Now, if you have ships coming and buying that stuff and they get caught and they can tell you came from the fleet carrier, it can damage your reputation with the factions. But they cannot put fines or do anything to your fleet carrier itself. The reputation would be on you personally as the owner of the fleet carrier, but they cannot damage the fleet carrier or put fines on the fleet carrier at all. Like I said before, you can have a shipyard. Now you have to hire crew for everything. Like to fly the ship, you don't fly it, you hire crew to fly it. The shipyard is, you have to hire a crew for the shipyard. You have to hire a crew for the refueling and the repair and all of those things. That goes into that weekly charge. That's why the base charge is 10 million, but it can go as high as like 25 million because of all the things that you do to run a station, like a station. So we got to learn even more about that in the future. We might play around with it and see what we can do, and might have to add some crew members to the station. But again, that's why we are collecting all of these credits. That's why we're doing cargo mission. It's preparing for the fleet carrier. When I buy one or in the beta, I'm going to act as if I'm buying it. I don't think it's going to come directly out of my balance, but they said only commanders that currently have over 5 billion in their balance can be an owner in the beta testing. So if you have 1 billion or maybe even 4 billion come April the 7th, you will not be able to be an owner of a fleet carrier. Now someone can invite you to join them, but you're not the owner of the fleet carrier. You can only land and whatever they allow you to do on their carrier as a friend or as a squadron. Livery, however you want to say that. Oh, this is cool. I don't know, maybe, yeah, I think my cutter can handle the, is this right? I think I have 280 in my cutter. You might get a treat. My cutter is here at Babbage. When we're talking about livery. Chips are the same, painted the same, and have the spoilers and all that kind of stuff. I'll show you the Python first. That's the Python, and Cobalt with the back fin and the side fins and all that other kind of stuff. And they'll have a livery on the fleet carrier. Welcome to the cutter. Yeah, this is a mammoth ship. I really do like it. It's a pain with interdictions, though. There is, since I got a VR headset, I can look around at the stuff. There is the cutter, RG cutter, and I got an RG Python. So see the fins on the side and the spoiler in the back. They all kind of look the same. Well, guess what? What the fleet carrier is going to look like. Can you believe I can hold 4? I have landing pads for 4 cutters on the fleet carrier. That thing is huge. The fleet carrier is huge to be able to hold cutters. Yeah, I've been wanting to show you my my cutter. I do like the inside. The Imperials, they know how to do it. Okay, let's go back to our Python. The Python is just much more agile and can land at Sothis mining, and the cutter can't because it's a large one. So we're back in our, and it looks tiny now compared to the cutter. But that was cool. I mean, the livery. And they're going to have all kinds of paint jobs and stuff, and of course mine will be Cobalt, just like the ships. So. And I might have said it before, it can be set to default, Explorer, Mining, or Trader. Information about it will be in Syswrite. It will be in the pilot's handbook. And so there'll be like a fleet carrier tab in here. Okay. At this moment, the way I'm going to use it. My favorite place to make money is between Sothis and Ceos. It's where I've made most of my credits. They're in Sothis and Ceos. Sothis and Ceos is out in the boonies. Sys left. And I don't know how easy or hard it is for you to see all this. But all the planets out here don't have names. We're out in the boonies. Look how far we are from my other tags. We're out here all by ourselves. Look how far are we? Look at Maya up there, the top left. You can still see it way over there to the right. Just trying to find Sol over here. It's over here somewhere. It's probably further down, but look way, way, way over there to the right. This is where Sothis and Ceos is way over here. Now there are a lot of star systems in here. I want to put the fleet carrier out here, close to Sothis and Ceos. But I want to scout out a place that has like a gas giant with ice rings, that has pristine materials out here. This is kind of out in nowhere. I want to put it in an uninhabited area out here. And you can make, when you make your jumps, you can make the fleet carrier orbit a planet. So when you make your jump, you schedule not only the system but the planet. So the planet that I'm mining, I'm doing asteroid mining, I want my fleet carrier to orbit that planet. So I could do, say, 25 tons and go take it and put it on the fleet carrier. Go back and mine another 25 to 50 tons and then go back to the fleet carrier. So if I do have trouble with pirates, they get very little before I go to the fleet carrier. Now the ultimate would be no pirates. Go to a system that's far enough out. That's out here, well, not that way, but say this way, even further away, like right out in here, even if it's just a few jumps away from Sothis, with no pirate activity, for an example. To me, that would be the ultimate scenario. Okay. So that's my idea. So now what we need to do, is this right? Yeah, I've showed you about everything. And we're on Babbage, but we have no inventory. Wondering if we have any. That's weird that we don't have any inventory. Thought I had some inventory. Is this right? Okay. Well, I confused myself. I was on the refinery. Okay, there we go. Ship cargo. We have some cargo to go back to Sothis mining, pick up a load there, and come back into Ceos. So that's we're doing kind of like a round trip. Is this left? Well, hopefully you know a lot more about fleet carriers than you did before you started watching. That's the whole idea. I want to be as transparent as possible, help you understand everything that goes on in this game. Is this up? Now, my goal with the money, 5 billion is going to go away. So there's going to be 2.8 billion. I want to put 1 billion in the balance of the fleet carrier and try to keep it roughly at 1 billion all the time. So I'll keep transferring money over. So that leaves me with 1.8 billion. I want to be at least no less than 6 billion in this account. This account up here. So I've got to add roughly 4.1 something billion by June is what I'd like to do. And eventually I'd like to have 10 billion in this account and 10 billion in the fleet carrier account is what I'd like to do. We have to deliver lots of cargo for that. That's why I want my fleet carrier within just a few jumps of Sothis, because this will be my new home area out here, and I'll kind of stay out here for a while and work with the fleet carrier and gather credits and things like that, and add more ships, because I want a cargo ship and a mining ship. And I might have 2 pythons and 2 cutters. So we'll just see. We'll see how that goes. Okay, we're ready to go. So underneath the video to the right, you see my YouTube subscription button. Please press that. It does not cost you a penny. But it sure helps me with YouTube, because that's how they...
Landing gear retracted.
Docking clamps retracted. Go for departure.
That's how they tell if my YouTube channel is worth supporting, for them to support. It's based on the subscriptions. So please subscribe.
Station.
But you've seen my Python and my cutter, and you can do that. That's what I'm trying to help you do. I probably have 1 billion in my cutter, and I probably have about 500 million in my Python. And I have 7.8 billion in credits.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
And you're seeing how I do it between Sothis and Cios. That's how I do it. So please subscribe. Now we might get interdicted since we have so much cargo. We're full. Sis left. Underneath the video, the bottom of the description, there is ways you can donate. Please consider donating. This is our 500th video that you're watching. We have 500 videos. I mean, it's crazy. And we have them on everything. I have engineer videos, so we go into details of what it takes to unlock the engineer, and what it takes to build the materials required to mod each module, all of that. So I've got videos on about everything that you can think of within the game. I have elite status both in trade and explorer, and I'm competent in combat, but I don't fight against other ships. I go bounty hunting for skimmers and stingers and guardian skimmers. And the Guardian surface site with the Guardian Sentinels also added to my combat rating. So I show you how to collect materials at Dav's Hope and Jameson Crash Site. I got videos on that. Check out, just do a search on my YouTube channel for Anaconda Destroyed. A few days ago I was in the station in Cios, and they opened fire on an Anaconda, and big fireball, they destroyed it in the station right in front of me. I was in queue to leave the station, and he was right in front of me, and they blew him to bits. You need to watch that. I've got video of a Guardian skimmer, and my understanding from people on the forum, that's extremely rare to get a glimpse at the Guardian skimmer. And he shoots missiles at you, where the other skimmers and stingers don't. And also the Guardian Sentinels also shoot missiles at you. So check all that out. Yeah, I'm afraid this is going to be on the other side of the planet. Yep, it is. I had an idea it might. And you can't go through a planet, so we have to watch our sensor because we are carrying lots of cargo. And I have been interdicted in Sothis quite a few times since we've been delivering in the last week. So you always have to be prepared for interdictions, and I really request that you have all of your major modules modded by the engineers. It makes a huge difference. Sis left. My hull is modded, my engines are modded, my thrusters are modded, my shields are modded, my FSD drive is modded.
Docking request granted.
And I have the Guardian FSD booster. So I have an unladen boot range of over 50, and I have a loaded boot range of over 45. And my shields are, both the shield generator and the shield boosters are all modded. So the most that when I get shot at by pirates, the most they can take out is about a ring and a half before I can get away. So if you get knocked out of the interdiction, punch it as fast as you can go, hit the boost as often as you can hit it. You can move up and down, right and left, for they have a tough time hitting you with their thermal weapons. And those heat sinks, that's what they're for, because they will heat up your ship and you can't get back into super cruise, and that's really the only way of escape. And then you get interdicted again when you get back into super cruise.
Docking successful.
But use the heat sink, one heat sink at a time, and you can get back into super cruise and try it all over again. So what we're going to do is deliver the missions we got from Babbage, and then we're going to deliver missions back into Ceos, and that will put us over the 7.9. See, when we get missions to come back to Sothis, that's just extra. So we don't always get that. See, we're getting there already. We're within 7 million. So it's going to be easy. Sis right. Okay, that's all of it. We need 7.1 million. And that's easy. Just making sure everything is still working. Sis left. I like taking the oldest stuff first, because you have an expiration time on your missions. It's 24 hours. So like these 14-hour ones, because I got to sleep sometime. So I like to take the oldest ones first, and that's to New Dawn, and that's 6 million right there. That's almost all of it. So help 90 to 120 gold. So we got to look that one up. Okay. Sis left. Left. Sis left. It gets hard of hearing. See, that was 6. New Dawn, another 6. That will do it. See, both of those together is 12, so 12 million. Deliver 120 gold, or is, yeah, 120 gold. So that's more than enough. We only needed 7.1, and we have over 12 million that we're going to deliver. So that's more than enough. I didn't mean to do that. Sis left. But we take a full load. Sis left. Sis left. Drives you crazy. Deliver 0 or deliver 72 palladium. Sis left. See, we're already at 12. This is another 3, so over 15 million already. And boom, 88 gold. And that's a partial, so we won't get paid for that one this time.
Maximum capacity.
So we have over 15 million that we will get paid for. That's what I'm saying. It's a great. Now, look at the reputation. It's pegged out. It's 100% on all the factions. That's key. You need to make sure you're 100%. And what I suggest, let's find one. Donate. Donate to them. What that does for you, you will start seeing, if you donate to them, for one, you up the reputation to maximum and get maximum rewards, but you start seeing these deliver 2 and deliver 3 units for over $1 million. I have cargo space for 280. You know how many deliver 2s and deliver 3s I could do? Yeah, I take those. Like, that's the Babbage. I take that. I don't have any more space, but I accept it. That is incredible. Now watch what it's going to do to me.
Incoming mission
See,
critical
it
message.
threw me up. And if you're in a mission at the time, they'll kick you out. Drives me crazy. Now, take Palladium first. It pays the most per unit, besides the little 2s and 3s. Except, we're not filling them, but we're accepting them. That way, if it starts to run, like from time to time, there's no missions at all at times. So, yes, I stack missions. That way, I always have missions. Like, this is 120 for 7.4 million. Yes, I like those. Until I run out. Sis left. Sis left. See, I'm at 19. The maximum is 20, and you got 24 hours to deliver them. So, you better be ready. If you're going to accept them, you better be ready to deliver them. 'Cause you got 24 hours, and that's not very long. I wish we had a week to deliver them, because it doesn't take me a week, but sure would like having a week, so I don't have to worry about being fined. See, there's a palladium. Look at this guy. Deliver 180 units of palladium. 10.491 million. That's how. That's why I'm at 7.8 billion, is things like that. This will almost pay a whole week of the fleet carrier's upkeep. This one mission of 180 units. And my Python carries 280 units. I could carry another 100 of palladium. Definitely a whole week in one run. Okay, Sis left. Sis left. So it's 20. I can't take any more. We're going to New Dawn again. Most of your missions will be to New Dawn. And they say this Sothis the CO has been like this for decades, or over a decade. That's crazy. I've only been playing for about 8 months. But they say it's been like this for like 10 years or more. And they fuss at me because I share it with my viewers, because they're afraid one day there won't be any missions. Actually, I've never seen that. I've never seen it run out of missions. Now, there might be a run. That's why I stack missions. I mean, sometimes you might come here and there's no missions. I don't see it in the beginning. I see it later on. But that's why I stack them. So I probably got 5 to 7 round trips before I'm out of missions. And by then, there's plenty of missions again. So I've never completely run out of missions. But when I wanted missions, the only time I run out is when I deliver all of them and don't accept any more. Sis up. Sis up. So let's get to New Dawn and deliver these and collect all that loot and get to 7.9 billion plus.
Landing gear retracted. Ship. Frameshift drive charging.
Now make sure you press that subscribe button. For one, you get notified when I bring out more fleet carrier videos and preparing for fleet carrier videos, and it doesn't cost you anything.
3, 2, 1, engage.
But it really helps me with YouTube, so if you would do that, I'd really appreciate it. And in the description below, at the bottom of that, you'll see ways to donate. Please consider donating to our cause. This is the 500th video, and I have plenty of content for you to watch. Material Traders and Dav's Hope and Jameson Crash Site, where you can collect engineer materials. So I have plenty. I have interdiction videos where 7 in one Super Cruise run. I got 2 of those videos, and I have a 6 that's in the cutter. That's pretty wild, because the cutter is not as agile as the Python. It's kind of rough. There we go. And usually I get 4. Most of the time I get around 4 interdictions per Super Cruise run when I'm in COs, especially when I'm loaded, because they want to steal your cargo, and I'm not about to let them steal my cargo. The last time I lost an interdiction was 8 months ago. Second day that I was playing. That's the last time I lost an interdiction. Can it happen? Yeah, it can. It's gotten close a few times. But if you lose the interdiction, you punch it to maximum speed. Boost as often as you can. That it'll let you. Yeah, my controllers are not the greatest at interdictions, but I'm just so used to them. Used to the controllers. I have a HOTUS, but I like the wireless controllers. Sort of. Sys left. And I use voice attack. I map the controls to voice using that voice attack little utility. It uses the speech recognition within Windows. I use a PC, I don't use a console. I use the Oculus Rift S VR headset. It's amazing because you feel like you're actually flying a spaceship. Like for real. It feels like it's for real. And I can see 360. I can look all around. I can see the doors in the back behind me when I turn around. Now we have to watch that sensor because people want to interdict us all the time. And I'd rather just take them on if they get right behind you. They try to run you into the planet sometimes. So you just do your best. Takes practice. And a good ship and good modded modules. See, he comes at us right when we're about to leave. And then he comes down. I don't know if he's just late all the time or what. Sys left.
Golf, India. The Federation welcomes you,
Incoming
Commander.
mission
We'd be
critical
happy to serve
message.
you at this port.
And we're attacked here at the station, outside the station at times. They'll come out of super cruise because pirates have superpowers.
Authorization cleared. Landing pad number 08.
They can come out of
Clear for assisted docking.
They can come out of super cruise right on top of you, and sometimes they'll hit you with their ship. So they've hit me many times, several times. I think I might have a video on that. Just put into my YouTube channel, Pirate Attack. So put that in there. There's several videos of being attacked at the station. And really, most of the time, security forces are useless. They shoot smugglers, but they do very little to pirates, because pirates have superpowers. Are given privileges in the game that nobody else
Landing gear
has.
deployed.
Now, there has been a few times, because I have it set in my settings, that if I'm attacked to inform security forces, and sometimes they'll show up after you get knocked out of Super Cruise, and they'll keep the company of the pirates while you get away.
Docking confirmed.
I don't
Power
think-
down your engines. Station
don't
facilities
think-
are at your disposal, Commander.
I tell you, they like talking over you. I don't think they actually do anything to the pirates, but not permanently anyway, because they're always here They're always attacking me. It's like never ending. Like 1.15 is all we need. $7.904. I do a video every 50 million. And sometimes we even hit 20 million on a single run. 7908. And we have a partial. Partials are still good because you can take them the next time. Sis right. Okay, that's all of it. 7908. So we did about 14 million on that run. It really doesn't take that long if you're not recording and editing and producing and stuff. You can do them every 15-20 minutes. And if you can make 15 million per run every 15-20 minutes, you can make a lot of credits. Most of my credits are made here between Sothis and Cios. Just saying. It is a honey hole. So we got to get back to Sothis mining. Sis up to complete this video. Sis up. Sis up. Boy. Ugh. Voice attack is not a fix-all, that's for sure. Sis left. Let's get the Sothis mining. Underneath, or at the bottom of this video to the right, you'll see that subscribe button. Please press that subscribe button. It helps me with YouTube, and I need the subscribers to get help from YouTube.
Landing gear retracted.
Detach confirmed. You may leave when ready.
And it doesn't cost you anything to subscribe to my channel. And below the video, on the bottom of the description, is options to donate. Please consider donating to our cause of creating all these videos and all the expenses that come in that's involved.
West, if you wish to dock at this facility, Commander.
Frameshift drive charging.
And underneath the video to the left, you'll see my YouTube channel, GFM_RDG, where there is over, well, there are now 500 videos as of the publication of this video.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
And it's all newer content because I just started doing videos in January. So there's 500 videos since January. All kinds of content. Even for the beginner, I have a playlist called The Beginnings for Elite Dangerous, and I also have one for Ultimate Fishing Simulator. That's a VR game, and that's really cool too, so you should watch some of those videos. Pretty neat. I like Ultimate Fishing Simulator. Sis left. I even have some on Pinball VR. Oh, that's really cool. The table comes alive, and it's really neat. and around the table's alive and everything's moving and flying in the air, and It's real cool. Yeah, I wave my hands and I know you can't see them. Because I can't see anything but inside this VR headset. Sys view. And the alignment gets off, so I have to say that. When I see the chest of my avatar, I like how I look. I'm not as skinny as my avatar. Wonder why. It's probably because I have a wife that cooks real good. That's why I married her, because she could cook so good. No, don't tell her I said that. Well, I kind of tell her that too, but she knows I'm kidding. I admit, without her, I'd be nothing. So, life would not be so good. Sometimes. And I'm very thankful that I know no one in my family or friends that have the coronavirus at this time. And I am very sorry, and our prayers and thoughts are with all of you that have it or know someone that have it. And I sure hope you get over it. That's really bad stuff. We're on a stay-at-home order, so in my day job that kind of pays the bills allows for remote working, and so I work remote. So between this and that, I got 2 full-time jobs. I have very little time to do much else. We don't have cargo, but we can still get interdicted, so don't take it for granted that you won't be interdicted. You always have to watch that sensor and be ready to take action. I usually move away from the planet because they will try to run you into the planet. And I do not like that. Sis left? Sis? Yeah, that's that prefix that I use. I probably really confuse it when I don't say anything else after the prefix. But I use a prefix because I don't want, just in talking, have it do things. So I use a prefix of a word that I normally wouldn't use in talking. And then I map controls to it. Voice attack is about $10 per PC. And it's not perfect, but I'd rather use it than not. It's like nothing around here is perfect. Elite Dangerous has plenty of issues. Voice attack has plenty of issues. The Oculus Rift has plenty of issues. Rift S. It's like everything's got issues and they just don't fix them.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
These companies just throw out the stuff and don't test or don't care. They're just trying to create the next content. And they leave things broken. And that's why I always say Elite Dangerous is a good game, not a great game. Because it would be a great game if they'd fix all the issues. Sis, right? Well, I thank you for coming along. We did hit that 7.9 billion. The next video will be 7.95. So make sure you come along. I'll give you the latest fleet carrier information that I know. I do a lot of reading. I watch the forums. I watch the videos from Frontier. And I'm going to try to beta test on the 7th, which is in about 3 more days. And I'll continue to try to bring you the latest information. So until then, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It'll help me greatly. Make sure that you consider donating. That would help me now. And make sure you watch my other 500 or 499 videos besides this one. And be more if you watch it much later than this date. So until next time, thank you for watching.